Welcome back to the morning show right here on the Rise News channel. We've got Aaron Akerjala here for Global Sports Update. Aaron, how's it going? How are you?
I'm doing good today. Good morning to you, Doctor. And let's get it started from a particular news we spoke about yesterday, but let's try to probably broaden it further as the last dance. That's what everybody seems to be calling the farewell song for
Federer.
Major athletes right now. Of course, Roger Federer, the man in the picture. Let's actually talk about that. First of all, if you actually look at it, of course, we know that he got his wish. He requested that he plays side by side with Rafa Nadal, his rival, and right now turned friend. And he got his wish, and he'll be going against Team Ward that involves Jack Sock. So let's see if they can actually mix it up. A lot is expected between Team Europe and Team World in a Ryder Cup style of play. And before the festivities, which will be today, they actually gathered for a gala, and they were all decked up, suited up, with tuxedos, taking pictures. And it just, when you look at it, one generation seems to be fading out. That's what it looks like. And we are hoping to see another generation that will be this dominant, this exciting, and this adventurous, and this consistent, because that's something that previous people have not been able to capture. Because we mentioned, you said we're hoping that people will be able to do so much, but we've seen people that have come in, try to dominate, but the staying power hasn't been there. Of course, case in point, Kei Nishikori, quite a lot of them have actually won Grand Slam, and they were just probably fizzle into oblivion. So we're hoping that we have people that can actually stay there and dominate tennis. So at the moment, later on tonight at the O2 Arena. But what a lot of people are questioning, because tickets are on a premium right now. So now resale websites are selling tickets as high as £8,800. Some are selling £5,000, £7,500
Worth it.
to watch Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal.
It's worth it.
Let's see. Okay,
It's worth
if you say it, some are saying that, some are calling it extortion.
No, it's worth it. Once in a lifetime. After this, there will be no more. One last time I need you to roll. No one call. You remember that song?
Okay.
After this, there will be no more. After this, you will not watch him any longer.
All right. If it's maybe that's a price to pay. Okay, moving away from that. Later on today, 439 days after the finals that took place at the Wembley Stadium, England, the Three Lions of England will be going against the Azuris of Italy once again. 7:45. Both teams have actually fizzled out. Quite a lot of momentum have actually dissipated from their dressing room over the years. As a matter of fact, the Azuris of Italy failed to qualify for the Mondial in November, talking about the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, after winning the Euros and actually looking like they were going to dominate the World Cup. They failed to qualify. England are on a very sticky patch, and they'll be hoping to bounce back from that massive loss to Hungary. Let's see what actually happens today at the San Siro. It is England versus Italy. A lot is expected from both teams, and we'll be expecting to see a spectacle. Of course, dominating the headlines have been the selection of Gareth Southgate, Harry Maguire coming into the mix, and people questioning, should he be getting a regular call-up when he cannot even get a shirt for the Red Devils of Manchester United? But Gareth Southgate probably thinks otherwise, and he's sticking him in the squad. Now, away from that also, now let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We know they are in Constantine. As a matter of fact, they will be wrapping up things in Constantine before going to Iran to play Algeria on Tuesday. But later on today, they will be taking on the local-based team, or Team B of Algeria, in a test match later on this evening to just have the players knock about. We have 24 of them there. Jose Pizarro is still insistent in every given press conference. He's always said that his goal is to win the Nations Cup. Remember, he had that outstanding result. Some would say against Emino, talking about Sao Tome and Principe. But when you score 10, people must actually sit up and listen to what you're saying. And he's insisting that the next Nations Cup, when it swings around, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, we've actually gotten what some used to call the golden bronze for quite. We've got a lot of them, and he's saying that this time around he's going for gold. He's going for broke and ensuring that the Super Eagles dominate Africa once again. Let's see how that one goes. And in the meantime, let's talk to Toby Amuson. Toby Amuson, she's been speaking, and of course, the athletics body has actually ratified a 12.12 record. Yeah. As it stands right now, she says it's just a vindication of the fact that she's dope-free.
Shut up, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Michael Johnson?
Michael Johnson, sorry.
Yeah,
Shut up, Michael Johnson.
I must actually commend her for what she's actually done. And she's been able to carry that momentum. Remember, breaking that particular record, Kendall Richardson's record in 2016 of 12.20. And right now, she is the numero uno. But although she spoke about the rivalry and the competition between her and Camacho, and saying that actually is fueling her engine and actually pushing her forward. We're hoping that she's fit enough, and right now that she's at the peak of her career, she takes this into other meets, and more importantly, takes it into the Olympics. And if she can be a massive winner, she came fourth in the last Olympic, if she can actually get on the podium, it will be memorable. She said that she was in tears because when she thought about all that has actually happened and the fact that she became the first Nigerian to actually win a world record or actually set the standard and set the bar so high, you cannot but shed tears. That was what she did when she was on the podium there, that she could not hold it back, just thinking about all that has actually happened in her life. But before we talk about the NFF elections, let's just something on a lighter note. First of all, Jose Felix Morillo, the coach of AS Roma, right now is flirting with entertainment, Rufai. Entertainment, because he was actually featured in a Stormzy video. And as a matter of fact, you can actually see look here saying that he would have loved to rap, but as a matter of fact, they actually quoted one of his famous lines that I don't want to say what's on my mind. If I do, you know what will happen. So Jose Felix Morillo actually featuring the video, and it actually sent the entire social media into a frenzy, because you and I know people love this man. Oh, yeah. People love him for different reasons. Now let's come to the NFF elections. We build up to the NFF elections that will be taking place next week, Friday. There are talks that it might not even take place in the first place, because right now the Players Union have actually gone to court to stop that election from holding. And that is not even bad enough. This particular Nigerian football stakeholders, that's what they call themselves, they actually sent a letter to the Ministry of Youth and Sports stating that the election should not hold in Benin. That if it does, as you can actually see there, they listed the reasons why it should not hold. That they were very, very explicit that bloodshed would actually happen. That they will, as a matter of fact, bomb the election venue. And people have been asking questions that why would the ministry, because you can actually see that place say election and there will be blood flow. How would the Ministry of Youth and Sports accept this kind of letter whereby literally a body is threatening Nigerians and also the footballing house because of the election?
They should be arrested. Why would somebody threaten blood flow for an election?
Look at it's there. It's a refusal to adhere to our warning. We will be met with very serious consequences. We will not hesitate to bomb and bring down the venue of the election, and blood will flow.
I think the DSS should step in. They should be arrested. No. You might have disagreements with the election, not to the extent to threaten an official letter that blood will flow. Security agencies, please CC all of you. CC DSS, CC Nigeria Police, CC Nigeria Army, CC every top security agency in town. Please, we can't condone this now. CC all of them.
Well, whatever may be the provocation, the laws of the land do not allow anybody to take the laws into his own hands. If you are aggrieved about anything, the appropriate place to go to is a law court. To go and seek an injunction if you feel truly aggrieved.
Which the Players Union has actually done.
But to now say you will take the law into your hands, that's a felony. And to threaten to cause violence, that's an offense. Because, you'll be disrupting the public peace. And then you are intimidating and harassing people. So that letter, I hope they will do not come back tomorrow and say, oh, it was a forged letter that they didn't so.
No, but you can actually see it. You can actually see the stamp there of the Ministry of Youth and Sport actually receiving it. So,
but you know, this is Nigeria. Even when you have people on tape and they are recorded, they will say they were quoted out of context or that it was a forgery. But just to say that, you know, this kind of conduct is, not acceptable. Even the mind to want to commit crime in itself is questionable. That's number one. Number two, Jose Peseiro says he will win AFCON in 2023.
Yeah.
Okay, but given his record so far, even in friendlies, do you have any hope or confidence that he'll be able to do it? That is the question.
Okay.
We talked about Tobi Amusan. Can you start calling that name with some respect? Tobi Amusan, OON.
Okay.
An officer of the Order of the Niger. Okay.
I will do that. I will do that.
She deserves to be celebrated, just as all our colleagues who did Nigeria proud at the World Athletics Championships in Oregon, USA, and also at the
Commonwealth Games.
Deserve truly to be celebrated. And it's very good, the kind of praise, that has been heaped on all of them who won medals for Nigeria. In fact, the Minister of Sports was so enthusiastic, he said the year 2022 has been a very good year for Nigeria, particularly in track and field.
Yes, it has been.
And it was a good thing that the president received them and also went ahead to give them, national honors. We've always made the point here that oftentimes Nigerian governments waste national honors. That when national honors are given out, they should be given for concrete achievement, for contributions, that you can measure, not to give to people just because they've occupied a position in government or because they have a bulbous, robes, and skyscraper caps. No, on concrete achievement as is done abroad. And I think that in this particular case, the government of the day has done well to honor these athletes. There's one story we discussed yesterday. Okay, Nadal, you first brought that of Roger Federer and Nadal as it will happen. And yes, it will be a major historic moment this evening when the two of them file out representing Team Europe.
Yes.
Right? One is from Spain, the other one is from
Switzerland. Yes.
And facing Team World. And that will bring many memories, not just of their rivalry, but also of certain key moments in the history of tennis. BBC only today was identifying a number of 10 key moments in the career of Roger Federer. And, many will recall the Wimbledon final of 2008, the epic final between him and Nadal. Federer lost, but many will remember that particular final match for the beauty of it. And then, of course, they had other encounters subsequently. One of them, 22 Grand Slams. That's Nadal, right? Federer is living with 20. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to Tobi Amusan and colleagues. Yesterday, we were discussing Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
And Tyson Fury.
Yes.
And Anthony Joshua saying he wants to fight, he's going to fight Tyson Fury at the Battle of Britain in Cardiff on December 3rd and all of that. But now there's a story. Alexander Usyk is saying that he wants three major things before he retires. First, he wants to fight Tyson Fury because in his view, the unification of the belts is more important than the proposed Battle of Britain. And then after that, he wants to, fight a guy called, is it Alvarez? Is that his name?
Canelo Alvarez.
Yes, and then after that, he wants to have a fight at the Kiev, Olympic Kiev Stadium, in his own country. So do you think that Usyk can face Tyson Fury? Although Tyson Fury is not looking in his direction. Is Tyson Fury himself afraid that he may be demystified by Usyk?
The point is, Tyson Fury remains an enigma when it comes to boxing. His size, his reach, his structure favors him heavily. And not just that alone, he's a smart boxer. Because usually when you see men that have got the size and the physique, usually they're not smart boxers. They're not They are not
sluggish.
Yes. But probably they might be heavy hitters, like Deontay Wilder, for example. But Tyson Fury is the entire package. And he's proven that not just does he possess all these qualities that we've spoken about, and the fact that his mental fortitude is up there. He has been able to prove that he can pull himself out of the doldrums of whether it's mental breakdown, drug addiction, and he's been able to turn his life around time and time again. We know that at the moment, he's the beautiful bride in boxing. Everyone that wants to make a name in boxing today must have to go through Tyson Fury, or probably go through the person that beats Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury can pick and choose. That is why he has said he wants to retire. At one point, the father said, oh, forget about it. This man knows nothing other than boxing. He will be back. And as the father has predicted, he is back trying to probably engineer a fight with Anthony Joshua. Alexander Usyk had his opportunity, but he says he said he wanted to relax. And I'm sure some people have spoken to him that the wheel of boxing sometimes turns and you might just be phased out. And the fear of that, he has seen him probably go back and spoken with his team, and they've told him that you can actually do this. Canelo Alvarez is a fantastic boxer. He fought some few days ago against Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. And once again, he showed his superiority. He knows how to box. He's the kind of boxer that you will go into a ring and his dodging and weaving powers are next to none. Going against a Usyk will be quite the spectacle. But the truth is this. I don't think at the moment, the only person I thought will be able to beat Tyson Fury has shown convincingly that he can beat him. And that is Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is the only boxer that I know that has taken punches from Deontay Wilder and still stood up to tell a tale. And not just tell a tale, win a bout. At the moment, Doctor, Tyson Fury is the man. He's the myth. He's the legend. Everybody who is anybody that wants to fight in boxing would have to probably look for the chink in his armor and try to go after it. Right now, we are sure that Anthony Joshua will try to make that fight happen. Tyson Fury is already rich. He knows that he doesn't need money.
So you've even written off Anthony Joshua before.
At the moment, on paper.
On paper, it's dicey, but you never know what happens on that boxing ring.
But who knows? Tyson Fury going against Deontay Wilder, we saw that he had to dig deep and actually pull himself out. Will he be able to do that? Because the training takes a lot from boxers, and it actually wears on them mentally. And I think that's what Anthony Joshua suffered. And Joshua put so much pressure on himself in his training camp that when he came to the physical fight, when he was in the ring, ultimately probably something gave. I don't know if Tyson Fury put in so much effort against Anthony Joshua. If you underestimate Anthony Joshua, like Andy Ruiz Jr., that the man we're trying to remember.
Yeah, Andy Ruiz,
as Andy Ruiz Jr. shocked Anthony Joshua in the first bout. Who knows? And because if you're careless, that's what happens. The reverse was the case when Andy Ruiz Jr. and Anthony Joshua met again. When they met this time around, Ruiz Jr., of the fame of beating Anthony Joshua and becoming an heavyweight champion, everybody wanted to buy him a drink. Everybody wanted to host him in clubs. And instead of probably going back to the ring and celebrating, he got a pay packet he had never seen in his entire life, combined in one fight. And all of a sudden, he started drinking too much, he started partying too hard, and he got floored by Anthony Joshua. He's actually changed his life now. He's lost a lot of weight. He's now a better boxer.
He won a fight recently.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. He won a fight recently.
But that opportunity has passed him by.
Yeah.
And Usyk knows that this can happen to him. Whether Tyson Fury will decide to or not, is left to be seen. But Tyson Fury at the moment holds all the cards, and he will decide to pick and choose who he wants to fight. Right now, he will just do it for the sport, because whether you like it or not.
But at some point,
yes,
Aaron, Tyson Fury will still be forced to fight Usyk. And I fear for that fight for Tyson Fury. Because you see, one other thing you can't take away from Usyk is his stance in fighting. It's not an orthodox. And this will be one of the biggest subpars to graced the sport since Corey Sanders of South Africa back in the days.
And let me say something to you.
And you know how they fight, which is very unconventional from what the likes of Deontay Wilder was fighting Tyson Fury with, that orthodox stance. And we would like to see the matchup of that. And you cannot push this Usyk aside. And one other thing,
Yeah.
this will also be one of the fastest punchers. You know, he's coming from a lower weight division.
Yeah.
So he's still fast, he's still nimble, he's still very agile.
Yeah.
That's going to be fighting a Tyson Fury. Probably after the Battle of Britain clears out in December, the next big card on the table will be probably a Fury looking at a Usyk.
Fury is not afraid because people going into the fight between Usyk and Fury 2, Usyk and Joshua 2, we're always saying that, can this man probably fight dirty? And the answer was, Anthony Joshua cannot fight dirty. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, is the good, the bad, and the ugly. But before we go, please let me just say this, because this is very, very important. We'll soon run a promo announcing this. Later on Sunday, the first of its kind on television, Arise News will be organizing an NFF presidential debate that will see to bring all the eggheads and all the minds together with the hope of hearing what they have to offer and seeing probably potentially who will become the NFF president. They can actually help us out with that. We've got quite a lot of them actually lined up, and we're hoping to see the very best of them actually pull out.
You have the promo?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
What time is it on Sunday?
On Sunday, 2 p.m. So
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Yeah, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So we'll be seeing that. Venue. It will be in Abuja. It will be in Abuja. So we're trying to see how we can actually put all that together to ensure that we get the very best of best.
So looking forward to it. It's a good watch.
And yeah, certainly it will be a good watch because we want to hear first of its kind. We want to hear from them, and with the hope that something major happens.
Where's the promo? Oh, okay. Maybe they can pull it up now. But will it be live?
Yes,
Will be live?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will be live. Yes, the NFF elections, certainly it will be live, and so people can actually catch it 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday. We'll be having quite a lot of them come up and talk about it, because several of them are saying that this is an opportunity for us to turn away from what it used to be to what it should be in terms of sports administration, sports development, and what football should be in the 21st century.
Well, that would be a great one. We look forward to it. Thank you very much. We have the promo now. Okay. If we can have that on air quickly. Anyway, thank you very much, Aaron Akrejola. We look forward to that debate of the NFF aspirants on Sunday. And that's all on today's edition of The Morning Show. Rotus Odiri will be here next to take you through Global Business Report. Stay with us. It's still the Arise News Channel.